Hello, this is Philip Laerdal. I'm going to be going over the Fibonacci toolbar in MetaTrader and tips files and folders and getting some of this stuff a little more gelled in your mind as to how all this process works and how you can use it in your technical analysis and how things are going to work with getting these tips files and making sure the toolbar is working. So to start off with, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open a MetaTrader that I started with earlier today, and when I did a tutorial. And this is typically how MetaTrader appears and how it shows up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of this bottom area. Don't need that. Don't really need this top one. And we're just going to go over here and we're going to look at a couple of things. Right now, if we look at custom indicators, we'll just see that we have the standard custom indicators that come with MetaTrader. I'll minus that back out. Now let's go ahead and look at the scripts, and we see we have some scripts written here. I'm going to minus out of that. So you can see there's nothing there. Now MetaTrader is like any other program. I said in the earlier tutorial you need to have this close in order to import things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to close this MetaTrader. I'm going to bring over the toolbar and we're going to go to the tips file by clicking on this plus button right below the close button. We're going to go to the copy tips file. Once again, I do have a folder that I use called the tips folder. Actually, let's take that and put that a little more here out of the way. And we're going to click here, and you're going to see I've got this is a 2.3.7. This is just the original initial tips file that I have that comes with the toolbar. So I'm going to click on that, and then going to close this box. Select the tips file to open, and then select the close box. What it does is it always selects the most recent tips file that you have in your tips folder, but in this case I want to go back further to this one, so I'll close this, and it's asking me, do I want to copy these tips files into all these MetaTraders? And my answer to that is yes, I do. So I'm going to copy that in there. Then it asks me, tells me that the copies are complete. That's great. I'll click OK. And now let's go ahead and reopen up that MetaTrader that we were just looking at. So if we come in here, we're going to minimize this drop down box here. I'm going to put the toolbar up here for a moment out of the way. If you go to the scripts and we look, here's all these scripts that we have that are custom with the toolbar. They start with FB, stands for Fibonacci toolbar, so it's just like the logo. And what that did is it when we copied that tips file, everything that we had in that little file was automatically written into all of the MetaTraders. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this again, and we're going to do this again with some charts. So we're going to go up here to File. I'm going to click on File, come down here to Profile, and you'll see that I just have the standard profiles, which a profile is a set of active working charts that come with MetaTrader. I'm going to go ahead and close out MetaTrader again. I'm going to come in here and select my copy tips, just like before. And this time I'm going to put in this this set of charts that I just brought in just a random file that I had from a while ago. Off of another set of folders, but this is done from September 24th of this year. So I'll go ahead and I want that one. I'm going to close that box now that one is selected. Yes, I do want to copy all of these into my MetaTraders. Yes, they're all copied. And now let's go and look at this MetaTrader. We'll open it up again. Here once again we have all the standard charts that came with MetaTrader on this certain profile that is default. But as we go down to our profiles by clicking off File and look, here we have Monday, September 24th. This was done in the New York session, and here's all the charts that came along with that profile. I want to size them to the right size window because we have 6 charts here. Obviously it's running off the end. I'm going to go to Window. I'm going to click on Window and come down to Tile Vertically, and it tiles them. So what this is this is an old set of charts, but they're active charts that are sent out. So when somebody sends you a tips file and they send you a profile wrapped up in that tips file, what you're getting is you are getting the actual live working charts that they're sending you. As you can see here, these charts are live. It's ticking up and down. It's doing what it's supposed to do. This way, it's a beautiful, beautiful way of consolidating work and being able to say, oh, here's my charts, rather than saying, oh, here, look at a picture, oh, here, look at this text, and try and copy it and figure it all out and try and reproduce it on your charts. No, you're getting the actual working charts with whatever the analysis has been done on those charts. That's one of the beauties of this tips file. So that's just kind of a quick run through on how that works. That should do it for this little tutorial. You can go ahead and play with that for a little bit or move on to the next tutorial. We're going to be going over working with your MetaTrader, setting up your toolbars and what should and shouldn't be on it, and how that all fits together. Thanks. See you soon.